Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Brothas-in-law. And on this channel, if you're new checking us out for the first time, what we talk about on here is police-involved incidents that occur around the country, and we give our analysis on whether those actions of the police officers are what a reasonable officer would do in these situations. We also look at the actions of the citizens to see if they follow our acronym of CALM, which we've come up with, which stands for comply, answer questions, listen, and move on, where their situation had turned out differently. Now, as we always say, you may agree or disagree with us. That's totally fine. We just here giving you our points of view why these situations happen the way they did. So, if you like the content of this video that we're about to do, please go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button for us. My name is Corey, and I'm a former Virginia State police officer, and I'm a retired Navy Chief Petty Officer, 21 years of service. And my co-host is Mr. Michael Bradley. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on? Good to be back. Another good show lined up for you guys today. A good example of police work and how it works and what police are looking for and when they're working with other agencies, things like that. It's a good example of how this unfolds. It's a traffic stop that basically unfolds in a negative way for the criminals, I guess you would say, but it does unfold. I don't want to give too much away, but good to be back. I'm a 26-year law enforcement veteran of Northern California, also 6-year Army veteran, and we got a good one for you today.
Yeah. Before we get into it, as always, again, like I just said, if you're new to our channel, please like, share, and subscribe to us. Also, you can head over to our merch shop with the link down below here and get yourself a nice little Brothers-in-Law t-shirt with the acronym CALM on it. Again, stands for comply, answer questions, listen, and move on. Like Mike said, we do have a good one tonight. The title of this one is called Traffic Stop Surprise. 3 ladies caught with a huge drug cachet. And this is what police work is all about. This is what we do out here. So it all stems from a traffic stop. Now, this one is a little different. This is cross agencies working together, DEA and local authorities working together to bring these ladies to justice here and stop the huge drug problem we have here in this country. But it just shows you how they come together and work together. Now, what does this have to do with the acronym CALM, Mike? I think everything, because these ladies' attitudes were right along with how the acronym CALM works. Would say
yeah, they work. Yeah, I say they, as far as attitudes go, they follow the acronym CALM. They were just truly up to some dirt. So fortunately, they did follow the acronym CALM because nobody got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Right. They didn't get shot. No one had to wrestle anybody or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good that they follow.
This is what we would consider a good stop.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to use the word routine, again, I would use that very loosely. But this would be sort of like what we would call a routine. Everything works according to how you kind of scripted it to go when you got your intel of what was transpiring. So without further ado, Mike, go ahead and set it up for us. Watching the show on Facebook or here on YouTube, please join the conversation, ask your questions, let us know what you think. And before he starts it, let you know we're gonna break this up into pieces. When we see something important to let you know, we'll stop the video. At the end, I'll put the link to this video down in the description below, and you can go back and watch it in its entirety on your own without us running our mouths. But it's our show, and this is how we're gonna do it. Go ahead, Mike.
All right. This happened in Indiana. And the video was pretty self-explanatory, but in October of last year in Indiana, This is how it goes down. Here you go.
October 2023, the DEA began an investigation after being tipped off through a confidential source. The tip alleged that a woman named Latasha Weatherspoon was repeatedly flying from California to Indiana in an effort to transport large amounts of crystal meth through commercial airline flights. However, Latasha's luck ended when undercover DEA agents observed her and two other women picking up suitcases and getting into a rental car from the airport. Here's what happened next.
Making a stop, 7350. Yeah, we come to please stop yet. Morning, ma'am. How you doing? Not too bad. Get your license and registration with you? Yeah. Registration's a rental car. It's okay. Just anything with a van or whatever. I don't know. Were you in a hurry this morning? Are you headed somewhere? Yeah, we're going to a funeral. Oh, to a funeral? Yeah. Y'all know where we're at. Okay. That might work. Yeah, that's fine. It's all right. Back at, I believe it's Bridgeport. When you come on to Washington Street, you roll through the stop sign, then come to a complete stop. I'll try to get you. You're good. Give me just a second. Let me run everything. How we doing today? Hang on for a second. Where y'all headed to? A funeral? Yeah, we just landed. We don't know where we're at. Where y'all coming from? What? I get that. What state? California is my cousin from Chicago. Okay. All right. How long y'all staying? Y'all got a ton of luggage. A week? Okay. Well, I'm staying home. Okay. Hang tight.
Let me stop it real quick for those who don't know. So you know how the video started. They already had a tip of these women in this vehicle that was transporting suspected drugs. So the officer kind of knew that up front before he even stopped them. They were looking for this vehicle for that reason, and they had to find a reason to stop them. And folks, it's easy to find a reason to stop you. In this case, it was a stop sign violation. If you follow somebody long enough, Corey, you know as well as I do, somebody is going to roll through a stop sign. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody says, "Oh, I stopped." They all say that. But probably about 95% of the drivers that I've come across, they've never come to a complete stop at a stop sign. They always rolled in some form and fashion. You know what I'm saying?
Calling that the California roll, what we call it over here. They do that California roll. Like I don't know anywhere in the country where you do not have to come to a complete stop at a stop sign. But anyway, that's another topic for another show. But great questioning thus far from the officers, asking them, basic questions. Where you coming from, and I know you come from the airport. Where are you going? I'm going to a funeral. And well, how long are you gonna stay? He asked one of the other ladies. It's like, well, a couple of days. I think she said, or for a week. And he said, well, that's a lot of luggage for a week. So that's kind of like, well, he already know, like you said, what was going down. But that's can be a red flag. Like, well, if you're just staying for a week, why do you have like all this luggage for a week, right? When you typically you just get away with just one suitcase. I mean, you're those extreme people that pack for every single hour of the day.
Yeah,
change outfits 5 and 6 times throughout the day. But in this case, he was leading on to see what they were saying and see what their story was going to be.
Right. See if everything jives up. He already knew it wasn't going to jive up, probably. But he immediately pulls the dog out, the drug dog, and starts sniffing the outside of the car.
Yeah.
So legal to do that as long as you don't unnecessarily hold the drivers up for an extended period of time that's unreasonable. You know what I'm saying? But you can definitely walk the dog around the car and have him sniff for drugs. If the dog alerts on something, then you got PC to search the car. You know what I'm saying? Proper cause. That's what PC is. All right, let's keep them rolling because this is what happens.
Is this window rolled down? You got one back here too. Go ahead, step out of the car for me. What am I step out of the car for, sir? Dog indicated. Go ahead, step out of the car for me. Okay, where? Step out of the car for me. Step out of the car. Just keep your hands where I can see them. You can leave everything in the car. Turn around, face that way. Put your hands behind your back. I'll explain everything here in just a second. You're not under arrest at this time. Go ahead and step out of the vehicle for me. Go ahead and put your phones in there for me. I don't know what's going on. So, all right, I got a narcotic dog, and he alerted that there's presence of odor. Just put your phones down. Can I record whatever? Yeah, you can record whatever you want. You can put it on record, but I don't know what's going on. You ain't got no weapons on you, nothing like that? Okay. All right, just turn around for me real quick. You're not under arrest. You're not under arrest. You're just being detained, okay? Why am I being detained? Because my dog alerted on the vehicle that there's a presence of narcotics. Yeah, you did. All right, step on back here for me. I'm going to put you next to this car because it's warm, okay? Just put your hands on the hood. Keep your hands warm. That's it. Now go inside. Step back here. Go. Just put it right there. Let a little bit of heat come out of there because it is cold out. I'm going to have you step out, okay? You ain't got no guns, nothing like that? Okay, go ahead and step out for me. Cuffs. Yeah, I use my second. You got your second? No, I don't. Why am I being detained? You're just being detained. You're not under arrest, okay? Why am I being my dog alerted on the vehicle that there's a presence of narcotics. So we're going to search your vehicle. If there's nothing in there, then y'all are free to go. Yeah, in Indiana, if a police dog alerts on a vehicle, that's probable cause to search the vehicle. Is there anything in the vehicle that should be in there? Read them, Miranda, first. Are we going to find anything illegal in the bags? Not that you know of? No, I only have to carry on. You only have to carry on? Okay. So my dog, he is trained on 6 odors of narcotics: cocaine, crack, heroin, ecstasy, meth, and marijuana. With this being a rental car, fairly new, I'm assuming there's no odor in the vehicle other than what you all brought into it. I don't know. You don't know? Can I talk to you? You guys coming from? They're coming from LA.
Oh. Just drop mic.
We can stop. Nah. She already is inconsistent with her story. One's from LA, which the first time he asked when they were in the car, I think she was the one who said, I'm from California. But she said the other one, when they were in the car, she had said the other one was from Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's saying she's from Chicago. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, red flags. Rental car, 90% of the time, people up to no good use rental cars. You know what I'm saying? They use cars that can't be tracked back to them. More than likely, neither one of these girls are the driver who rented the car, actually. You know what I'm saying? It's probably somebody else or some fake ID or something like that. So very common. Now, I'm not saying that people don't use rental cars commonly for transportation. That's not what I'm saying. But because based on my experience, usually people who are not up to no good, they use rental cars all the time. You know what I'm saying? So could that be a red flag? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It can be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've had a few of those types of busts, and they're always in it with drugs in the vehicle, drugs and guns. So very common, like you said, Mike, and she already started off with the inconsistency in the storytelling. But right off the bat, right now she's trying to save her hind parts. She already pulling the officer to the side, hey, this is what this is. But I'm not going to spoil it all for everybody. But you watch it as it play on. She already starting to sing because she knows what's in it. Now you know. She should have said something from the jump. Hey, yeah, this is what's in there, and let it go right there. That way, you know, everybody get on the same page and just take the rap and get it done and over with. Don't sit there and start lying that no, ain't nothing in there. They ain't mine. They ain't mine. Well, you know what? How many times, Mike, have you heard somebody tell you, "Oh, this ain't mine. This ain't mine," and you got 3 or 4 people in the court? Fine. Nobody want to own up to it. Guess what? You're all going to jail. That's how it works.
That's
so
right.
somebody's gonna fess up to it. Somebody's gonna tell me whose it is.
Yeah. Now, I will say one thing is they are compliant. They're not causing these officers to have to get physical with them. Remember, putting cuffs on somebody is just a safety thing. Doesn't mean you're under arrest. Okay, not unless I say you under arrest. You know what I'm saying? They're just being detained. The officers made it clear to them that during the investigation, you're going to be detained. You put the cuffs on them because you know this is possibly a serious crime. Someone could run, someone could fight, or anything like that. They don't end up doing that, but I'm putting the cuffs on you just to ensure that doesn't happen.
Right. And then now we got to go hands on if you do try to run.
Right. All right, here we go.
Again, are you related to our sister? Okay. When's the funeral? When's the funeral? It's today. Oh, today? Okay. Can you actually right here? How do you know the other two? Who was it that passed away? Our cousin. We call him our cousin. Oh, okay. How do you know her up there? Cousin. When's the funeral? In 2 days. In 2 days? Okay. All right, so you got time, so we're not delaying you too long. I just don't want you guys to be late or anything. Weed, I smell it. I can smell it now. Okay, grab that corner and pull. No. Oh, something just dropped. Tampon. That's heavy though. I don't know if that's weed or not. Can't all be weed. Alright. That's crystal. Yep. That's a bunch of crystal. So we're good on this bag. I got everything there. Oh man, that's heavy. Got it. That one came out of that. Can you get a picture of that one came out of there? Take a picture real quick for you. That, my dear, is crystal meth. All right, so here's the deal, okay? I don't know if you see, but they're getting bundles of narcotics out of bags, okay? I talked to other people, and they claim the other bags aren't theirs, okay? Here's the thing. I understand sometimes people, they get into a money situation where, hey, they get down on luck or whatever, so they feel like they need to do something. That doesn't mean somebody's a bad person. I just wonder what your story is.
My story is my father is in law enforcement. I grew up very in a sheltered community.
So what happened today?
Today, just with my cousins going to a funeral.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop you right there, okay? The funeral story is BS, because I talk to everybody individually, okay? Nothing matches up, all right? So we can start over. What's going on today? Because you know and I know that's not true, okay? So how'd you end up here with a bunch of narcotics?
I just came with my cousins.
You came with your cousins?
Mm-hmm.
So where's the narcotics going? Is that something
I have no idea.
Okay, so how'd you end up here? You get paid to bring this? You get a little bit, I'm sure.
I literally don't know, but
Yeah, because muted his mic for his dog.
I don't know. It's gonna be up to the
There
court.
you go.
Yeah, I don't do that. Wait, so I'm being arrested?
I don't know if you're being arrested or
Yeah,
not.
like, I don't have it. They just went through all my stuff. I don't. You guys are doing the drug still. I don't do this. I'm a mother.
Were any of the big bags, the girl that's up in the front?
Yeah, hers because she's had the city and she wanted to check free.
What's her name? Christina Enriquez.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 of the big bags.
Christina Enriquez. Marlene Richardson.
Yeah, all of the bags I sent to all of us so that she could get free stuff. It's hers in there. She can only take 2 bags free and she stamped it free.
I got you.
Only thing mine is orange luggage. I told you that the rest of it is over.
Okay, so this one is hers.
They're all hers. So close.
Well, this one's tagged
because
Marlene
she wanted
Richardson.
to check free. She needed to check extra stuff. She's saying 2 bags to keep so we're gonna check. But only thing that's mine is that and my fashion over outfits are orange.
Okay.
I don't have anything with me. I don't do whatever that is. They do. I don't like.
What name's that? Latasha Weatherspoon. Okay.
What's that? No, everybody's saying this crap's not theirs.
Okay, that's fine. So they can, because she's trying to say, yeah, that's her name, but she was using it for free luggage or whatever. Problem is your name's on it. So
Also for free luggage, the dope's in those luggage.
right.
So we know which bags the dope came out of,
Yep,
right?
yep. I got each ID with phones, whose is whose. Plus it's on camera, so each person had dope in their bags.
They all had their name on it, had dope in it, right?
Yep.
100% sure.
Name.
And different names, all of them, right?
Yep,
So
yep.
all of them have a bag with their dope in it.
Yep.
They all said that they're going to the funeral. However, when I asked them the day of the funeral, they all gave me different days. She said tomorrow. One of them said tomorrow. I have to double look the camera. One of them said 2 days, and one of them said today. And then the other one's like, well, the wake's today. One of them identified all themselves as cousins. I just said their stories were inconsistent.
Yeah, the driver told me that they were cousins of two in
Now
front,
she said-
and now they're friends, right?
I don't do this. I'm a public figure.
What's
Like
your
2 million
social?
followers on Instagram. She been talking to that man for 30 minutes. I know police. When a police officer like take the liking to one person and keep talking, it's because that's the one that's gonna talk.
Oh,
I'm trying to get the bald head dude attention.
that dude on the right.
Yeah.
You need him for something?
What I'm finna say, I can't stay on a f***ing body cam.
You want to talk to him again?
Hey, your body cam is gonna get. I can't have this on record.
Let me. Yeah, I'll bring him back. Hold on.
The people who start with a C, you read between the lines. The people who start with a C,
Okay.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Give me a second.
Thank you.
No problem.
Hi.
Hey, they said they want to talk real fast.
Yep. Well, I didn't want to talk to them because they have body cam and my safety matters.
Right. Now's your shot.
So if I told you that there were more people coming to them with way more, what happens?
That's good. Anything you can tell me would be cooperative. If you knew where they were taking it, that would be
No,
good.
I don't. But I know that she has previous dealings with people who start with a C from Mexico.
Okay.
And
She being Tasha.
Yeah.
So she has ties to the cartel. Tasha or Tasha does.
Tasha does. If somebody can talk to me, I can give them that, and I know who else they was meeting. I know who else was coming because they were dropping me off and going to meet these people. I was going to my Airbnb. I can give you all of that. Will I be home by Christmas?
Where's it coming tomorrow?
SDF.
Okay, who is that? That's SDF, correct?
Yep.
Okay, do you know who's bringing them?
Yep.
Okay, let me get on the phone. Hold on. Good morning. I'm Sean.
Hi, Sean. How are you?
My name's David. It's Dave.
Hi, Dave.
I'll get Sean, Dave, law enforcement. You got 100 pounds of crystal methamphetamine and some bags.
100 pounds.
State police called us here. So how did the bags get in your car?
I don't know what's in their
the driver of the car.
Yeah, I don't know what's in their bag.
You don't know what's. So those bags are not yours or theirs.
They're theirs.
You had no idea.
I had no idea I was driving with that in my car. I
Carrying
don't
the
see
bag
who's. I don't. It's not mine.
But, okay.
Has nothing to do with me.
Nothing.
So,
You
yeah,
didn't see
so-
anything. You don't know anything. Well, okay. We're gonna move to the next car.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome.
You see how easy they can lie? People lie. So
Yeah.
easy.
Weighed over 112 pounds. Latasha Weatherspoon, Marlene Richardson, and Christina Enriquez were then all charged with a felony count of dealing meth weighing 10 or more grams. Delta Airline passenger flight records showed that Weatherspoon has transported drugs through the Indiana airport at least 7 times in 2023. Christina also confessed that Weatherspoon paid her between $1,000 to $2,000 per trip, leading prosecutors to believe Latasha was the leader behind this scheme. Latasha and her crew face up to life in prison if they're convicted.
Yeah. So there you go. So that's a good example of good police work, though. You know, even though they had a tip, so they knew what they were looking for, but still, once they found it, you know what I'm saying, they continued their investigation. They, you know, did everything within the books, and got a good arrest out of it. 100 pounds of meth. You know what I'm
And
saying?
you know, the crazy thing is, Mike, and that's just one stop. Now think about how much we, as law enforcement, they don't get.
Yeah,
Right? I
that's
mean,
true.
that's 100 pounds of crystal meth. Think how many lives they saved with that catch right there.
And they said she had done it at least that they know of at least 7 times. So that's a lot of drugs. You know what I'm saying? That she was transporting.
Yeah, now you're looking at possible life in prison if you convicted of this. I mean, I don't care. You know, you work all kind of plea deals you want, but you know, all that. I mean, wow, that was a lot. I mean, that was definitely a good bust. You know, this went according to probably how they wanted this to play out in their heads during the stop. You know, nobody got hurt. There was no resistance, no fighting. They were all using the acronym CALM, right? Comply, answer,
Yeah, they were.
and moving on. Even though they were lying,
Yeah, they still complied, and you know, they listened to instructions. They they followed directions. They did what they were supposed to do, and that is why no one got hurt. That is why there was no physical altercation between the officers and them. Now, somebody else who don't follow that calm, somebody else might be different. They might be fighting to get away or whatever they need to do to the point where they may even try to take the officer's life, should try to get away. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of stuff. You going up with some serious charges. So you can't put it past somebody who would be willing to do something drastic to get away, but they didn't. So that's that. I applaud that for sure.
Oh, for sure for those ladies. At least they did that. They're able to still walk away, even though your life is probably jacked up now. You know, for the rest of your life. You know, unless they be able to work some type of plea deal out of this. But you know, I look at these as a good bust. You got all those drugs off the streets. Many lives were probably saved just off that little bus. I mean, not your huge bus we normally would see, but 100 pounds of crystal meth, that's a lot. That's a lot of weight. And I'm just amazed how this stuff made it through TSA, right? on multiple occasions, because she was you said she was making multiple trips between California, I think what she said, Chicago or back to Indiana.
I think various locations.
Now, the only reason why they got caught was because they got a tip. From, probably somebody, somebody pissed somebody off and was like, all right, I'm gonna get you. And they tipped the authorities off, and that's when they started watching them. And they watched them fly, go through TSA with the drugs and fly all the way back to Indiana, and that's where they linked up with the I think it's in local authorities and whatever city that was, and apprehended these ladies. Now, some people will probably say, Mike, that this was entrapment because you stopped them on some BS pretense of not stopping at the stop sign. No, this definitely was not no entrapment. You was definitely transporting across state lines illegal drugs.
Didn't nobody set you up to do that?
No.
In other words, law enforcement did not set you up to do that. So you did that all on your own.
Right.
We just happened to know about it, hear about it, find a reason to stop you, and we did, and that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Everything went according to how the officers wanted it to go. You know what I'm saying? The big thing, nobody got hurt. No, there was no physical altercation. And that's how you want to end a traffic stop. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a peaceful arrest, in this case it was, you know what I'm saying? And moving on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is the kind of stop you always want or wish for to happen, that they end in this type of way. But we know it doesn't all the time. Like I say, it was lucky that no weapons were involved in this, and they got some really good officers. You know, they're very polite and cordial with the ladies. Didn't jerk him out the car, yank him out the car. Although the officer did stick his hand in there and, you know, try to unlock the door to get her out. But okay, you know, hey, we need to hurry up and get you out because he knows what's in there. We don't want you staying in there any longer than you need to be to get you out for the sake of you trying to take off in that vehicle. And that's why he reached in there like he did to try to hurry up and get out, because they knew.
Oh yeah. At first, I thought that she was gonna give him more of an issue as far as to getting out of the car. You know what I'm saying? But she did. She did initially. She asked, "Why am I getting out of the car?" But she still got out of the car. There was no altercation. They didn't have to drag her out of the car. You know what I'm saying? So that worked great.
Even when he told him the reason was his dog alerted to the drugs in the vehicle, you know, they still didn't give them any, you know, lip back, which we normally see in these types of situations. And this take it to a whole new level to where point now the officer has to pull them out the vehicle. She was totally the compliance, like, you know, she knew she was just trying to prolong it just a little bit, but she wasn't getting mouthy. Nobody used any profanity. I didn't hear, and if you heard any profanity, please let me know, and I'll go back and rewatch it. But I didn't hear any profanity on either side. The one young lady wanted to videotape. Obviously, that's fine. You can videotape.
Put it on record and set it down on the seat. You know what I'm saying?
Put it on record and set it down on the seat. You know, and that's good. And I just do the same thing. Hey, you can record. I have no problem with you recording because I ain't gonna do nothing illegal that will jeopardize my job or jeopardize your life or my life. And so you had the right to record and videotape.
And you notice how the back windows were tinted. And there was somebody sitting in the back, and they made him roll that tinted windows down. So I definitely understood why they did that, because as you can see, that's a safety issue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we talk about that a lot, and especially when you're dealing with these type of situations, you got that amount of drugs in the car, and I've just, you know, you usually get, it's a combination. You get just the drugs, you would get the drugs and the guns, or you just get the guns because they're moving weapons across state lines and things like that. So these are all felony charges, which carries a life sentence in prison. Not worth it, folks. Not worth it. Yeah, I know some of us know people out there who deal in the game, in the drug game. It ain't worth it. I ain't gonna lie. It's money in it. I mean, I've seen a lot of bricks of money, stacks of money.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, when they say crime don't pay, no, crime does pay. But it's huge risk to it too.
Yeah. You can get paid financially. You can pay with being shot up and possibly paralyzed. You get paid spending life in prison. You get paid being buried 6 feet under. So it pays. It pays. All right, but you know, sometimes it don't end out too well for some folks.
That's true.
But that, you know, but again, this is a good video about the police agencies working together to get drugs off the streets, and also good opportunity to talk about the COM acronym, which stands for comply, answer questions, listen, and move on. These ladies, in my opinion, were very well behaved, and did what they knew they had to, just cooperate, even though and like I said, Mike, they knew they were wrong. They knew the game was up, like we said in many videos in the past, that you have to know when the gig is up, and they knew it. They were lying about the story, where they're going, where they're coming from, trying to, you know, maybe prolong this arrest, but at the end of the day, they were following that acronym of CALM, which we highly encourage everybody to talk about and talk with your children about. CALM: comply, answer questions, listen, and move on. Hey, if you out here doing dirt, there's no reason for you to get into a fight with the police. It's up. At least you get to spend the rest of your life in jail and not under the dirt. Again, the choice is yours, right? The choice is always yours. So, good video.
Yeah, good video.
If you like this video and want to see more like it, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button down below. Leave us a comment down below. This is a short one tonight, so we'll go ahead and wrap this one up for this evening. We thank everybody for joining us tonight. If you got a video you would like for us to break down and get on the show, hit us up at brothas-in-law21@gmail.com, and we'll get the video on and possibly get you on the show as well. So hit it up. Mike, final words, my brother.
Everybody have a good weekend. Delando, Stacy, I see you guys on here. Appreciate you joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next week over there on Facebook. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Peace, and head grease.